What up, YouTube fans? This is Zuby Masters returning to my Let's Play Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulation. Now, why were you down here in the first place? Dude, come on, I'm an artist. I was looking for a good place to sketch. This is a good place to quiet. It's quiet, it's cold, it's got power, and it looks like it's about to collapse. Sounds like a lot like your apartment there, pal. One thing's for sure, no one is likely to show up and disturb you here. So can I get you something to drink, some hot water maybe? She's getting all buddy-buddy on us, sir. Listen to me, Edgy. You gotta do this. You gotta save Iris. Why are you so sure she's innocent? Because she's cute? Watch your mouth. Anyway, I've made up my mind about it. I'm going to marry that girl. Mr. Edgeworth is pretending he didn't hear you, so I'm gonna ask you. Have you already asked this girl to marry you? No, not yet, but I can tell she feels by the way. She's got this. I really want this man to carry me over the threshold. I'm sure Nick would be surprised. He never imagined that I could marry such a beautiful girl like that. Something tells me he would be shocked indeed. That's why I didn't want her to do anything dangerous. I mean, what am I gonna do if she gets hurt? What's this guy trying to say? He's lost me about a month back. If we really want to know the answer, we're going to have to drag him into a witness. If you still haven't answered my question, where were you and what were you doing last? Oh man, don't you have anything? You'll never be a ladies' man like me. Okay, chill out with those scares. Thank God. If you really want to know last time, I felt something incredible. Something incredible. Yeah, but let's not talk about that now. Let's talk about the good old days. Now, what do you say? Come on, I'll pour you a nice cup of hot water. Why doesn't he realize I absolutely despise talking about the good old days, especially with him? Oh, you're really upset, aren't you, Edgy? Okay, I'll tell you. Huh? That was a bit too easy. Yeah, anyway, Miss Austin, never seen anything like it. Around 10 o'clock last night, it started thundering. I'd been sleeping, I'm not sure for how long. Suddenly, zing! The world in front of us went white. It's like I've been slapped in the face by my old girlfriend, Naomi. And then, it was on fire. The bridge was on fire. That's the bridge caught on fire. Are you saying you saw it with your own eyes? Hey, why are you giving me the evil? I'm telling the truth. There's still 3 seconds. That means he's still trying to hide from me. By the way, where were you when you saw that? What do you say? What do you mean? I mean, just answer that question. It was in my room behind. That was right. As usual. Why? What do you mean? Or you have seen like from your room? Take that! This is a map of the area. Take a look around the vicinity of Hazakura Temple. What am I looking at? Think what you should be fair. The main hall surrounded by trees and impossible to see the bridge from. What? Why didn't you tell me that before? Well, how about it? How about what? Do you feel like talking about what? Looks like it won't be that easy after all. You leave me no choice. I'll have to move on to the next thing. So where... You know, I wasn't in my room. Where was it, Larry? And why was it? Here. Listen.
Take that!
It's naturally in Heavenly Hall. Why are you going to be hanging out in this old shit? It's freezing cold, there's no electricity, and you could fall apart in a minute. Larry, how do you know that anyway? How do you know there's no electricity? After all, it's not that dark yet. Uh-oh. In other words, you have just provided evidence to prove my theory that you at least once in your life visited Heavenly Hall after sunset. I have to admit I'm impressed, Edgy. You're a totally different league from Nick. That's nice. Now tell me, what were you doing at this cold little shack? That's what you might call a fair decor. Maybe you were waiting for something. You're one scary guy.
Take that!
There's only one person you wait for in a horrible place like this, Larry. I told you before, don't call me Larry. The person you were waiting for was Iris. Oh, suddenly I feel cold all over again. No doubt because of my chilling glare. Did you think I got the hots for Sister Iris? Do you have some kind of evidence? You got something that proves I'm waiting for her, or you're just guessing? Why in this ridiculous? So wait for Iris. Here's your evidence. You called her that spot with a pathetic blackmail letter. Give that back! You're embarrassing. What were you doing with that anyway? That's not important. I misjudged you, Larry. What do you mean? Taking advantage of women's like that? You should be ashamed of yourself. No. First of all, what is it? That's how the letter says it's impatient here. That's what it said in the book. Letter writing for dummies. You're not supposed to actually write that. That's where you're supposed to write, Dear Elite. I'm so sorry. So you were here in Heavenly Hall last night, weren't you? You saw the lightning hit Dusky Bridge, didn't you? Sorry, Adrian. Sorry to you scumbag, threatening a young lady like that. Look. Wait, hold on. What now, pal? What are you talking about? What threatening? I'll tell you what, you tried to scare Liz by threatening to expose her secret. What do you mean threaten? When did I threaten? Unless you want your secret to be exposed. That sure sounds like a threat to me, pal. But give me a break, it's a love letter. Have you ever been in love? What did you just say? My love for her burned so hotly you could melt all the snow on the snow? Oh, then what does this secret mean? Come on, Edgy. Don't you get it? I'm talking about the secret love between her and me. Obviously, she wouldn't want old lady Mikami to know about it, right? About our hot and sour, bittersweet love affair? Alright, then why did you send a love letter in a this like mafia envelope? Manila envelope. Give me a break, it's not my fault I don't have any other envelopes. Then why were you so quick to apologize now? It's because Edgy gave me that scary look of his. What's wrong, Edgy? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden? That's it. That's what all those huge locks were about. I don't understand why you were so defensive. Well, I don't know either. I guess the thing is, you shouldn't expect too much from a guy like me. Hey, come on, don't let it get you down. Mr. Edgy, guy's still hiding something. I know. What do you mean, detective? Don't forget what this guy said just a minute ago. It's right. Larry. What? You're looking at me like a hungry dog that just found a bone. What was this something incredible you saw? You're going to tell me, Larry, one way or the other. I already told you, didn't I? I saw lightning strike Dusky Bridge. Yes, and I believe it was incredible sight you saw. But now I think something doesn't quite ring true. What this? With all that story, your heart wouldn't have all those thoughts. Therefore, Larry, I believe you saw something last night. Something more incredible than lightning. What? Where? How? Hey, what do you think you're doing? If you hide anything from Mr. Edgeworth, I'll arrest you on the spot, pal. Oh! What's wrong, sir? Does this mean I have to do it all over again? Why are you glaring it like that? I'm the next to be hit by a lightning bolt? I'm just about had it with this harlot thing. I really want to drag the truth out of him. I just want to drag him to the witness stand. Oh my, Mr. Lawrence feels that way about me? Apparently, he isn't aware of your real secret after all. This is no time to be embarrassed. I'm sorry. I'm just hardly accustomed to that sort of thing. Worry not. In any case, whatever it was that he saw on the night is incredible. Mark my words, I will drag it out. Does that mean Mr. Lawrence is the witness today? No. I believe that the nun that will be the first to take the stand. Sister Bikini. She claims to have seen the very instant in which you carried out the crime. I just want to ask one last time. It really wasn't you who killed Miss Elise Davidson, right? That is correct. It wasn't me. Very well then. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes. You are a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? If your true identity is revealed, don't worry. I made a superior arrangement. I see. Right. Is it a prosecutor's job to doubt people? But right now, I'm a defense attorney. A defense attorney is to believe in people and to believe until the bitter. That's what my friend told me. Mr. Edward, he asked that you watch and decide for yourself. Whether or not I am fit to do the task, I must say. Well, sir, I leave my defense in your capable hands. Court is now in session for the trial of Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The defense does indeed appear to be ready. However, the sitting cannot be for the prosecution in this case. Indeed. I'm not sure I like such a waste of this court's time. An empty prosecutor's chair can only mean that the prosecutor has no confidence in their ability to prove their case. And it seems that this case is already overruled at Jensen. I am ready to announce my verdict at this time. This court finds the defendant.
Objection!
The prosecution stands ready. And you are Franziska von Karma, prosecuting prodigy. Von Karma, you say? Perchance you wouldn't be of any relation to the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma? Legends are a thing of the past. I'm von Karma, that is all. Upon a special request, I flew in today for the purpose of prosecuting this case. You did? Then you must be quite a big shot, eh? By the way, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. I'm most certain that I have seen you somewhere before, or am I just imagining? You look very much like a prosecutor I met once. I believe you are imagining things, Your Honor. Miss Von Carver, do you have anything to say? There is no such weakling as this man among those at the prosecutor's office. There isn't, but I'm sure. But I told you there is no such weakling. What amateur care for such a thing in my court? Bailiff, remove that weapon. Hold it! I have no objection to the whip. You don't? The prosecution can wield the whip or drink 17 cups of coffee. But there's still only one truth. That is why I stand here to prove today. This promises to be interesting, Miles Edgeworth. I had expected to face Phoenix Wright here today. But looking at you now, this is what I have been waiting for all this time. Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you, slip through my fingers. I see you brought your flair for me. Allow me to add to the things that I'm not sure about. People acting bizarre in my court. The stage is set. Now continue with the proceedings, Your Honor. Very well, Miss Von Karma. Please give an outline of the case. That is, with a little whipping as little whipping as possible. The murder victim is the famed picture book author, Miss Elise Dexter. Her body was found in the Hazakura Temple Court. She had been stabbed through the torso by a ceremonial sword from a golden statue. The sword in this picture is the weapon in Wright. Very well. The court accepts this photo at the crime scene. There is no mistake. All this was due to my sister Iris. After all, there is a witness to her crime. Very well. Please bring this witness to the stand. And so it begins. My first and last trial as a defense attorney. Witness, state your name and occupation, please. Hold on there. I'm not sure if I care for all of this. Witness, please stand up nice and straight. If I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in this lobby for our back pain plague witness. Hey, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please. Once again, your name and occupation, please. Hello, me? Well, I'm the head nun of Hazakura Temple on Eagle Mountain. My name is Bikini. You got it, Bikini. Nice to meet everyone. But you don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now. The courtroom is a garden of holy judgment. Those with leaders in their hearts should leave the sanctuary. You want me to leave? No need to get your bikinis and twins. Let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in summer. And anyway, witness, I heard you saw the crime take place on the night in question. That's right. I can still hardly believe myself, to be honest. There's no way dear little Iris could do anything like that. Let us hear what you have to say then. First, tell us about your own movements that night, eh? That night, I was helping Holt with her training, but well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help Holt and returned to Hazakura. There's no bath at the inner temple, you see, and I needed a long hot soak. I was afraid I had finished just as I was heading back. That's when I saw it. So it was simply coincidence that you found yourself returning to Hazakura Temple? Yes, you could say that. If my back had been so much pain, I would have stayed at the inner temple. Sounds like a pretty important statement, she made. There's only one problem with this testimony that I can see. And that you're not about to fall at the first hurt. Well, now are you, Mr. Edgeworth? Please begin your cross-examination.
Hold it!
You left Iris to help with what? What do you think? The occult training It was past 10 p.m., so we were starting to enter into the training exercise proper. Wasn't it your place to remain with the disciple? Well, the job is simply to watch over the occult so they don't pass away. Just to confirm this point again, that night, you met Iris on the inner temple, correct? Yes, she's a gentle, honest girl. She never once failed to follow my directions.
Objection!
Witness, I have undergone their own I'm afraid the defendant's fate rests on their power of observation and memory, after all. Well. Don't worry, I'll more than up to the task. I'm a woman of faith, after all, the head honcho of the Hazakura Temple. In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like you to explain something for me. Between your testimony and that of the defendant Iris. She claims that after ringing the lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all.
No! Objection!
She said that? A defendant or a witness? Who is more likely to lie, do you suppose? The defendant is simply lying to cover her back.
Objection!
That's completely illogical. It was committed in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make for a much better alibi. But that is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie. Does indeed have honest eyes. All people lie, that is my mind the only one being whipped in here. Neither the witness nor the defendant have any reason to lie. We must call your memory into question. Dear, I've heard you all over the mania and you want to play games. Yeah, well, that isn't exactly right. My memory is crystal clear, especially in winter. Suppose, Mr. Edgeworth, if you are you need to show me more decisive piece of evidence. Understood, General. I was naive to think that alone won't be to do the trick. Witness, let's get one thing straight. The defendant who you claim to have met, she was wearing this demon warden hood, correct? Of course. That is a very important piece of clothing, I'll have you know. Wait a minute.
Objection!
Hold it right there. Why do you have that? That's the question of the day now, isn't it, Miss Von Karma? I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift before the light out bell was rung. What? You know where I'm going with this, don't you? If the witness had seen the defendant as she claimed, then the iris she saw should have been missing this very hood. Well. The bad news that all now I understand how happy from Wright's face every time he does. Order! What? Sister! This hood you have spared me about the temple. Spares? Well, I do tend to make too many of them. I see a stockpile, a surplus of hoods, and you can only give him one hood. This should be the only hood that Iris owns. This is quite strange. What? If there were a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn one of those. There's no contradictions here. I break this to you, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away that easy. There's such a seeds of doubt. Witness. While I don't wish to call your testimony to doubt, you must give every detail with precision. I'm not sure I'm covered with going along with this. Hey, tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on the way back to the inner temple. The judge's heart. Need a little more stimulation to bear fruit. True stimulation. I finished my bath around 11 when I thought I should return to the inner temple. And as I walked back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. I took a look in. Iris was mystically with that sword. Iris was standing in the corner room with faces. Something must have occurred after she was pushed out of the room. You saw a truly terrible sight, didn't you? In your place, then it would be much like Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth into court, and me seeing from the very chair. Well, something like that. This judge. His imagination's about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe. I would look the fool if I committed such foolishness. Anyway, this case is Miles Edgeworth. Calling everyone by their full name. Couldn't you do something about that habit of yours? This is the second time that the witness has testified to the defendant, but some doubts remain in those things. Just what does that mean? Just because you're a good-looking young man doesn't give you the right name. The murderer who stabbed the victim's sister Bikini, try to call exactly who it was you saw. Well, you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. Oh, now that you mention it, there's something awfully strange about it. Something that had been bugging me. Her hood. That's right, it's coming back with you. She wasn't wearing her hood. I thought something was out of place, but all makes sense now, doesn't it? After all, you've given that hood away to someone, right? Right. You dug your own grave, Miles Edgeworth. Say, Mr. Only going to tear the wound. The statements are useless as an investigation of... Okay. If there is no need for court. Very well. Please continue with your test.
Hold it!
The room the victim was staying in the overlook courtyard. It was on the second floor. No. Holocaust Temple is a single-story building, but the mountain itself slopes downward. Which elevates the main temple after in the back. To the height of a two-story building. I see. And the victim was staying in one of the elevated rooms, correct? Yes, I should have known. I'm the one who carried her things to her room after all.
Hold it!
What makes you so sure of this? Just like I told you earlier, I heard a noise from the courtyard. Thump, just like that. One smart sister, I'll give you that. The autopsy report states that the victim's body was covered in bruises, indicating a fall from about 10 feet. It appears that the witness was a minute fake after all. The head honcho. What's wrong? Impressive logic, that's what I like to say anyway. Oh, please do. My brain is something else, especially. However, I think you are overlooking something. Miss Von Karma, would you be so kind to take another look at the autopsy report? The autopsy report? The victim did fall from the height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed. That's right. It says after death right here. It's claimed to have seen is contradictory. Stabbed and killed the victim there in the courtroom. How did the victim then go take? Order. The victim was killed and then fell. If that's the case, then the victim must have been killed in her room. Don't you agree? This thought. Yes, that is right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her room. Then she was thrown out of her window down the stairs. Are there any signs of a struggle in Mr. She was stabbed with a sword. That would leave a blood stain when she was moved. Well, Miss Von Karma, was there any blood? No traces of blood were found in the victim's room. This has just caused traces of blood to be found in my gorgeous playoff feet. However, if there was no blood in the room, I'm sure there's no need for me to go over this, as I'm sure your honor is well aware of when a stab wound produces the most blood. It produces the most blood. Very little blood is actually lost the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood is lost from a body, it would be when the blade is removed. Indeed, with the weapon still in place, it acts like a lid on the wound. That's true. With the weapon still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. A perfectly reasonable line of thinking. Come to a conclusion. It was thrown out the window with the sword still in place. This removes all contradictions. Order, I must admit this is a probable version of events. I expect no less from Franziska von Karma. She locates and takes control of every vital point. Seems that we need a clear testimony from the witness. Remove all on your parts and tell us only the facts, please. Witness, please. Remain standing in the crate. Don't go selling me short now. The weight of winter snow has bent me out of shape, especially my back and my mood. Sister, please give us your testimony. We'll give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here. With the whip. Oh boy. Alright, alright. Across the scene, the sword's already in place. I don't actually see her. Miss Von Karma's strive for nothing but there's nothing. Perfection is an impossibility, Francisco. I'm here to teach you that.
Hold it!
At the time, I was the police. Well, very shocked to be seeing all of this. Of course, I'm not entirely sure. I don't think I saw any blood, not then. I'm sure that you did. The weapon was acting as a plug in the wound. Let's be clear on one very point. Did you actually see the incident in which the victim was stabbed? No, I didn't actually see her stabbed.
Hold it!
Think carefully, this is very important. The iris we're talking about here, I'm making it all work. You know, when I look all over the sword, it was already testimony supports you. Stabbed. I think this.
Hold it!
So you are saying that you saw the victim's blood? That's right. Some of it splattered onto Iris too. When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room. Her protective clothes was nearly folded in the corner. Those were blood as well. Well, it seems quite conclusive the girl pulled the sword out of her plain as day. Pulling the sword out. Well, it wasn't exactly pulling. It was more like came out. Yes, you will add this to your Is it important? More important than you can imagine.
Objection!
Sister Bikini, you are a reliable witness. At least I like to think so, but there are too many contradictions. What do you mean? It makes it sound as though I'm a liar. But you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. What contradictions are you talking about? And the scene that the witness came to see. The weapon was thrust up to the hilt in the face. Furthermore, the killer withdrew and smoothly from the... However, both of those are complete impossibilities. What do you mean? Explain yourself. To start, do you think it would be possible to stab someone with the hilt? No matter how you look, it doesn't appear strong enough for It doesn't appear? What meaningless dribble? I too may appear to be weak and frail, but I can crush men under my heel and make them weep should I so choose. The ejection stands. I'll weep a little back there, I must.
Objection!
That isn't the only issue here. If this sword was truly stabbed in the body up to the hilt, well, just look at the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly. We have the problem of the amount of bleeding. Swords. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. Large for the blade. Stop. That's nothing more than conjecture. In reality, the victim was stabbed with the Shishinoto. Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly and may still sometimes... I'm not finished. There's still one more conclusive contradiction. You still got... There is... If this sword really was thrust all the way, why is it only on the tip? If this witness is telling the truth, then there should be blood along the entire length of the sword. No! Bravo, Miles Edgeworth. Raising this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence. All the other attorneys I know could manage one. What does this all mean? You have proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but having come this far, there can only be one answer. And that is... the weapon used to kill the victim is not the Shishinuto. What? A foolish idea born from the foolish mind of a foolhardily foolish fool. Let's examine this again. What was it that made us think this weapon sword was the murder weapon? Well, because Mr. Gami was exactly. However, if you reflect on this, then that is the only basis we have to assume so. The impression left by the scene was too strong that it's what influenced us. It influenced us to believe that the Shishinuto was the murder weapon. So maybe the Shishinuto is not the murder weapon. Even if that's the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. The sister here saw everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object. That's true. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? If that is so, I would like the prosecution to ask the obvious question it raised. The obvious question? Yes. Namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? It goes without saying that police searched the main hall and the surrounding areas. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as if a sword-like object was found. That's... Answer the question, Miss Monk. No evidence of the kind was found. Another mystery thrown into the pot. Well, now her weapon is... Excuse me, could I say something? I've just remembered something in our case. What is it? Maybe there's actually What actually happened was, it was just over there. What exactly you're going about? The murder weapon, I mean. Maybe... I think maybe the sword was disposed of. What?! Well then... I think we need to hear the testimony from you one more time. Impossible! What else could this old woman have seen? I saw the murder around 11 p.m. And after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. And then I saw tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk the dusty bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe she threw the weapon into the deep river and came back while I was knocked out. She could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all. Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time. Well, I'm not in the best of shape. What with my back and my age, you know. Quite. There were indeed snowmobile tracks in the front of the main gate. Here's a photograph. A snowmobile, eh? I see. Well, it certainly is an interesting theory. And in front of Hazakura Temple, and runs all the way to Dusty Bridge. Solves your Presbyterian problem, yes? Current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in winter. The perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon. You really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon? Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please. You are sure about the time? Yes, I was worried about it after all. What was that? Because I have a strong sense of responsibility, especially at the time of the year. Nicole was being doused in freezing water at the time. I couldn't very well take it easy in the bath all night now, could I? So at 11 I decided to leave the house for a temple. Can't seem reliable at this. And after asking it to report, I went out to the main gate. I was being tried to report the crime. Right. The one who trampled. Shinji is the type to hold a grudge. There isn't a phone in the main hall, so I sent him to the bridge. Phoenix Wright? He didn't even have his cell phone on him. He had forgotten it at home, apparently. What a naive boy, as always. Not only do I always carry my phone, but I always have a with my hand, too. Anyway, I was really scared and I was taking him a while to get back. So I thought I'd go by the main gate for a spell. As I recall, there was a snowmobile outside the main gate when I visited. That's it. That's the only one we have. It runs no matter how much snow falls. Now, you're certain the snowmobile was there at the main gate when you arrived? Yes, of course. It was parked in front of the gate. So she has already gone. I'm just sorry the murder weapon returned back. Sure. Question. Was it still warm at the time? What do you mean? What do you mean? So, it goes without saying that using a snowmobile would heat its engine. If it was still warm, then that means it was recently used. Ah, I see. I never thought of that. Right, I overlooked that. Of course you did. Answer the question. I don't often go around touching hot engines. However, now that you mention it, there wasn't any snow on it. Snow? Yes, for some reason, only the snowmobile wasn't covered in snow. There wasn't any snow on it. Curses. yourself. You could have spared yourself some more. There's some reason. How? You got a moment for me to explain it. A month ago, I was driving my beloved little snowmobile happily as can be. I had some water and was heading back when I crashed into a tree. The tree and my back crunch like crunch. Crunch. I haven't been able to find the courage to write anything since then. Anyway, the killer must have used it. Yeah.
Hold it!
Refresh our memory. How long were you knocked out for? I can say somewhere between 10 to 20 minutes. It's possible to get to the bridge back in 10 minutes. See, that is more than enough time. Is that all you wish to concede, Mr. Miles Edgeworth?
Hold it!
While it has been possible time-wise, one element remains out of place. Oh, and what would the killer's reasoning, Your Honor? Why did the killer do all this? Why go to the evil room to dispose of the murder weapon when there are other methods? Too many unanswered questions. Your response is probably turn to me for help, but only the slightest thing. Why don't you think for yourself for a while, Your Honor?
What?
It is over the top as all this. Anyway, whatever the reason, the fact remains the defendant could have done this. The murder weapon was disposed of. I admit this photograph proves something. It proves that the snowmobile was used. Except the Miles Edgeworth. However, if that weakness is true, then why is there only one set of tracks? What do you mean? Iris left Hazuka threw the weapon into the river and then returned. If that's the case, then naturally there should be two sets of tracks on the side. Those from heading out to the bridge and those for coming back. Ah, you're right. You are forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by snowfall. This removes your previous contradiction note. I see. Well, she was river. No, what did I say? However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible. Educators. No need. The evidence will do all the talking. Witness, please tell us again what time it was when... Like I said, it was around 11. Of course, then that means the weapon was thrown away after the incident. On that note, please take a look at this date. The weather report from the Equal Mountain on the night of the murder. The weather report? The snow starts to fall at 7 p.m. but stops at 10:50. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 p.m., the snow had already stopped falling. The possible rain trouble made after recovered. Order! Order! Very well then. It looks like Miss Von Karma's claim has been snowed in. What? It's too soon to be calling this trial due to snow. Honest, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather all day. Answer me this then. When is a weather report ever made? No, you got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast, this is actual data. Yeah! Forecast data, all weather reports. It may have been snowing in the vicinity well past 11. It's true, we cannot... What? How could she pull that off? It stopped snowing in Hazakura when the murder took place. Ultimately, it comes down to one point, that being whether or not it was snowing in the courtyard when the victim was stabbed. That's right, but that is incredibly easy. If you want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I'm referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you see, everything is covered with snow, with just one exception. That is the victim herself, Miss Elise Dix. There's no snow on top of it. The answer is simple. It had stopped snowing when she was killed, that's why. In other words, if the killer really did go to the Eagle Temple to dispose of the murder weapon, in this photograph there should be two sets of tracks. Order! Just what are you... Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth? I'm not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what all the facts point to. That night, someone used the snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple. From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing. Of course it was, because those tracks were erased by the snow. And when the person returned to Hazakura Temple, snow had stopped. Thus the tracks were... Can I say something? This all sounds a bit fishy to me. What does, sister? There is only one key for the snowmobile. Furthermore, on the night in question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder, which can only mean that night Iris used the snowmobile to go to the inner temple. But Iris said that she never went there. I should probably press on to this point some more when I get the chance. That's right. But what's odd, when I left Iris and returned to Hazakura Temple, I didn't see anything near the dusty. You must have failed to see it, sister. Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there by the main gate, the snowmobile. I know when I saw it, it was covered in snow too. But that isn't possible. Order! What's this all? Oh, what was the snowmobile? It was taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. And the victims couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. There's two sets of tracks from this photo. No, it isn't. After it stopped snowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to hospital. The snowmobile would cause so much trouble. But we came from this witness. Yes, I have nothing more to add. But then, that still leaves us the same problem. If only there was someone a witness could testify to have seen the snowmobile. So, there no one out there walking perhaps near a dusky bridge on the... I don't think that hole is enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go out there wandering it, unless they had something really important to do. That's a shame. Hold on. Something is coming to me. An idiot may, well, have gone wandering out on this subject. Your Honor, actually, there might be one individual who may be... Really? You know of someone who might be seen the snowmobile? I don't know for sure if he saw it or not, but there are two things about him that do come to mind, which are, first, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder, and the second being, this individual I am thinking of went wandering outside on the cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot. This idiot talking. Well, that's it for this video. Hope you like it and stay tuned.